Yet another horrifying report is coming out of Nigeria as over 60 Christians have been murdered by Muslim Fulani terrorists in what is being called a genocide. Where is the global outrage? Well, Dumasani Washington, an expert on Christian persecution in Africa, joins us now. Dumasani, what can you tell us about this horrific event?
Raj, this seems to be the latest in a string of events that goes back years, but the Fulani, as you said, the Fulani herdsmen, they're often called. They are a kind of a nomadic tribe. They are a herding tribe, predominantly Muslim, not all, but predominantly Muslim. And even as the article points out, it does a really good job in the Christian Post there. The vast majority of them not radicalized, but many of them unfortunately are. And there have been these waves of attack for years. And the attacks have been along the lines of taking land. They're targeting predominantly Christian Nigerians. So they are slaughtering those people. They are doing all kinds of horrible, unspeakable things and then taking that land. And often it is dismissed within the Western media as land disputes, of course, those types of things, but it's really a religious war at its root.
Well, you sent me something that I want to read. Quote, what happened to the Israelis on October 7th, 2023 is happening every week in Africa. Can you explain that?
Well, it's amazing because that quote, and in a long, that quote has been coming both from Africans and Israelis who are aware of their situations, right? So whether it's the Fulani in Nigeria, including the Boko Haram, some of you may remember Boko Haram Bring Back Our Girls, something like 11 years ago when they had abducted nearly 300 girls, Christian girls. That Boko Haram is, again, a jihadist terrorist organization. What we see is that what happened on October the 7th when Hamas invaded Israel, killing some 1,300 or killing or abducting 1,300 Israelis. That happens again every week, whether it's in Nigeria, places like Sudan, places like Algeria. Christians are under persecution today, Raj, like never before since the 2,000-year history of the church. And ground zero for many people is Nigeria.
Okay, so obviously I've known you for a while, Dumasani, and this is something that I personally, I can vouch for. You've been speaking on this a lot, all the time, for more than a decade. But the question is, Dumasani, why does no one care?
It's such a multi-pronged answer, Raj. One of those is that, again, for us in the West, and especially the United States, we're comfortable, right? So media doesn't really discuss those types of things because it can be controversial, a religious war, a jihadist war. You get into the whole area of the kind of leftist Islamophobia. Somehow, if you say that, you're attacking Muslims. And of course, nothing could be further from the truth because, as you know, Raj, when that type of slaughtering happens regionally, Muslims also suffer. Christians, Jews, and other Muslims who are living peaceably, the jihadists don't really care about your religion or about what your espousing is. They're committed to a radicalized or very fundamental interpretation of Islam, which is either you convert or you die or you pay the jizya, which is the tax, right? So that's how they're approaching this. So because that whole topic can be somewhat uncomfortable for many Westerners, we generally leave it alone. And let me say this, even as a Christian pastor, even as you know, Raj, the Christian church often doesn't deal with it. Thank God for the Christian organizations and churches that do, but often because it can be controversial and it doesn't feel, I hate to be kind of warm and fuzzy, let's all kind of come together, they back up on it because you have to really deal with ugly things like mass rape and torture and genocide, and those things are really ugly, and most people, they don't really want to touch it. Unfortunately, our silence is actually fueling more of the genocide that's happening.
Well, Dumasani, let me ask you this question. As someone who is intimately involved with everything that happens in this space of Christian persecution in Africa, obviously this story that we're talking about today is horrific. It's hard to imagine. But can you just maybe, for someone who might be new to the idea that Christians are suffering in Africa, can you maybe give us maybe a couple examples of things that have happened in the past decade or so that most folks just don't know about?
Well, let's go back to the Boko Haram in Nigeria, for example. Over 10 years ago, that's as well, not just the Bring Back Our Girls, Boko Haram pledged allegiance to Islamic State. Now, I want you to really think about that. They pledged allegiance to ISIS, even though ISIS, whether it's based in Iraq or in Syria, what they're saying is that we are in the same league. We are different teams with different jerseys, but we all play in the same league. And what is that league? It is a jihadist terrorism that seeks to either forcibly convert or kill any religious minority, anyone who doesn't agree with them, and this is at epidemic proportions. It's the same thing as Al-Shabaab in Somalia, which also raids into Kenya, or the Janjaweed, which is in Sudan. These are different names, but it's the same thing that's happening. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Islamic Jihad in Gaza. What we're saying is that what our Israeli brothers and sisters are dealing with almost obviously every day around their borders is happening in various parts of the world, especially in different parts of Africa.
Well, you know, Dumasani, most people know you as Pastor Dumasani. So what can we be doing? How can we be praying? I'm sure my friend who's watching this feels disgusted, horrified, but also kind of helpless. Like what can I do? So finally, Dumasani, if someone's watching this, what can they do?
I'll say briefly two things, Raj. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 3 says that we are to remember those in chains as if bound with them. That's, as a matter of fact, Voice of the Martyrs, that's their proof text, bound with them, that we are to be praying for them fervently and ardently as if they were our own flesh and blood. And that is the body of Christ. So we are connected. So we're supposed to be doing that. And the second thing that I would say to people is that there are wonderful organizations like Voice of the Martyrs, like Christian Persecution. There's an Open Doors, that's a publication, everything. They actually give information about this, but they also give you the opportunity to sow a seed. And that if you want to sow a seed in those types of organizations, that goes to helping the pastors who get displaced and their families. Because if you think about it practically, when a church either loses its pastor because of he's been murdered, and that church has gone underground, they still need help in terms of Bibles, food. I mean, sometimes the persecution, ladies and gentlemen, is them being fired from their jobs because they're Christians. So I would say if they want to go further, inform themselves even more. And then also, if they want to go further than that, sow a seed into those organizations because they're doing amazing work. We know as Christians that we are going to be persecuted in that way. The Word of God says that, particularly in the last days. So it's our job to do all that we can to relieve that suffering as much as we possibly can.
Dumasani, Washington, my friend, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Raj. Thanks for having me.
And we've seen action.
Correct. Speaking tongue-in-cheek and saying that camp has been restored. The same thing he said 2 weeks ago.
And we saw what happened yesterday.
And we saw what happened yesterday. And what? You know, here we are so religious, we say that God forbid. But the truth of the matter is that it is still going to happen again. All right. Look, Olive, the massacre that was carried out 2 weeks ago, how many people were arrested?
None.
Where are they?
Nobody knows.
Is anybody being tried for that crime? Yet, 16 people were killed in Uromi, and the whole country was almost going to come down on everybody. The governor of Edo State had to go to Kano to beg, to plead, and groups were giving ultimatum. Unless this is done, this will be done. Yet people are being killed in the Middle Belt, in Benue, in Plateau, almost on daily basis. Hundreds. Can you imagine any other country where you wake up in the morning and all you hear is that 52 people have been murdered?
And we move on.
And
just goes up.
1 day, 2 days, this thing will be in the media in the next couple of days. And everybody will forget it until the next major massacre will happen.
How long are we going to keep? How do we pray for Plateau? Pray for Benue?
What exactly is President Bola Tinubu's responsibility?
Why do you think the Southeastern youths are so reluctant on joining the army?
The reasons are very obvious.
Which are?
You call them IPOB and terrorist organization, and you have killed them in numbers.
Who killed them?
The Nigerian military.
Killed Southeast youths in numbers?
Yes, they are in the Southeast as an army of occupation. And every youth they see in sight is shoot at sight.
In the Southeast?
Yes, these have been.
Are the governors aware of this?
Of course, all of them are aware. All of them are.
And what are they doing about it?
Especially
if this story happens to be true?
Especially that of Imo State. In the local government of Hope Uzodinma, you can hardly see any young man there. They have all run away or they were killed. So when you have been doing all this type of underhand dealings with the Southeast, why do you think their youth will be very happy to join the army? Their belief is that you are going to finish them. What you could not do with this, all this, what's that called, insecurity, you now want to finish them with the military.
But Barrister, there is a belief, or some quarters will say that the reason why there is so much military presence in the Southeast is because of the insecurities happening there by the unknown gunmen.
It was deliberately created. You know, when you want to hang a dog, you give it a bad name. What is the reason for the insecurity in the Southeast?
You said insecurity in Southeast was deliberately created.
It was.
By whom?
At least we have had Asari Dokubo and his group. They are telling us what the agreement they had with the federal government. So what did
Asari say they had?
He
with
said
the federal government?
he has a contract to be killing the Igbos.
He said
He
that.
even mentioned the area where they were operating and all that. That his boys are the ones, the unknown gunmen. So, I mean, by the way, what is the reason for insecurity in the Southeast? What is the problem there?
What is the reason for insecurity?
That is what we should be asking the federal government. Initially, we claim it was Simon Ekpa. And we all cried that Simon Ekpa should be brought down. And
He has been in custody. So
yes,
let me ask you, as someone who is from that region, of course, you'll be getting information from that region. Has the rate of insecurity by the unknown gunmen reduced since Simon Ekpa has been in custody?
It has reduced, not because of Simon Ekpa per se.
Okay.
It is because the Southeasterners have devised another means of checkmaiting this, because the outright killing on the streets of the Southeast has reduced. But the Fulani herdsmen are still rampaging in the bushes and farmlands. They are still there. So
in the Southeast region, we saw women protest in Enugu State.
So all those things, who created them? Are they Southeasterners? Is the federal government not aware of this, what these people are doing? Why did they allow them to be carrying guns and be killing people? And when anybody wants to stop them or retaliate, the person is arrested, while the attacker is allowed to go free. So when you see all these things, are you not supposed to know that something is wrong somewhere?
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die.
Hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the cross the blood has gained, we just victorious. The trumpets the glorious song, play it, sing it, Oh, hail Biafra! We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious men, who day and night save them always. All hail Biafra!
Fallen heroes of Biafra. And the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them, and every Biafran that have paid the price for the freedom of Biafra. History will remember you, and we will continue to speak of your existence. As we continue to fight to see that Biafra land is totally liberated and the United States of Biafra is recognized in diaspora, all our hands must be on deck. Thank you to everyone. And APM will be addressing Biafrans this evening. This is emergency, and because it was not pre-scheduled before now, so we expect the APM to address Biafrans as soon as it's close to the mic. Yes, the war of attrition has caught up with one Nigerian terrorist. We salute our Biafra Defense Forces. We salute Biafrans in the homeland. We salute our Supreme Leader, our Eternal Leader, all the heroes that have fought the test of time, our PM, who is still paying the price for this same freedom, and Biafrans whose families has been annihilated, many that have been burned to ashes in their sleeps because of the fact that we are fighting for Biafra. We salute all of you. We will not back down and we will not stop after all of you have paid the price with your blood. We've gone too far and we have declared the restoration of independence, United States of Biafra. It is not time to go back. We've crossed the Rubicon and we've plucked the Rubicon itself, and we have to eat it. So every enemy is coming into Biafra land, they must be taken care of, because we can't fold our arms and watch our babies, women, and children continue to wail and crying for help from where no help will come. Our freedom is in our own hands, and it will not be given to us by anyone. The war of attrition is when you fight, and then you have no man again. You have to fight till you don't have any man again. Then that is when you give in to defeat. You will start running away. That is why you see that Nigerians who terrorists are already crying, because they were fighting the Biafran Defense Forces and they didn't know that they are fighting a war of attrition. So they have fought and gotten to the path where they are lacking men. That is why we call it the war of attrition. They are lacking men now, and all they can do is to come and be crying. They are even coming to come and beg us. We say them, they come, they fight too. They are coming to beg us to say, come and be part of their group. How can we come and join your group of terrorists to come and kill our own people? No. It is called the war of attrition. Fight, lose, continue fighting until when you have no man fighting again. They don't want to give up. They don't want to accept defeat. They don't want to tell the world that Biafra Defense Forces have defeated them, that Biafra have defeated them. That is why they rather come begging in our own houses. APM, please, we are waiting for you to come to the mic. As soon as you come to the mic, you have the opportunity to take over from here. So, Biafran people, you have the responsibility of intensifying and increasing the war of attrition against these terrorists. We want more of their cry. We want more of their begging. Let them continue to beg. It's a very shameful thing that you claim to have occupational terrorist army since 1960, and yet the Biafra Liberation Army that was unveiled in 2023 is the one surpassing you, and you are crying. You are crying, looking for how to come and take down the Biafra Defense Forces. The war of attrition must continue, and the Zoo terrorists must continue to beg. And we are not going to listen to their begging. Yes, we will continue to remember what they have done and dismember them and reduce them in numbers as they come into Biafra land to kill our women and children. All those terrorists in uniforms. We will face them head on. All right, we have our APM close. Yes, APM, we can hear you. Over to you, sir. Biafran people, APM, wait to.
I will have to come back on again. I can't really hear myself here.
Yeah, go out of this space, restart your phone, and then come back again, because it is echoing from here. All right. So let APM fix his device and come back. So Biafrans, you are back home. We're calling on everyone to be security conscious. Exercise 2 kilometers away from every checkpoint. Yes, because the angels of light have arisen. The angels of light have arisen. All we want you to do is to give in all your energy and strength, financially, socially, mentally, prayerfully, logistically, technically, in any way and manner you know, and otherwise, please do more. Yes, we need more funds, because without funds, we cannot acquire the logistics to be able to repel the terrorists. When they came into Okigwe and born our babies, women, and children in their sleeps, the Nigerian Zoo media did not report it. Hey, but I thank God that yesterday, when the angels of light of Biafra visited those that came to kill and burn those our women and children and babies in their sleeps, you guys found the energy to report, because you saw the video circulating online. The videos of the burning of our babies and women and children in their sleeps in Okigwe was also circulating online, but none of you pick it up, Nigerian Zoo media, to create a reportage on it. That is good. So since you don't report about when they come and burn us in our sleeps, you will report when the mothers and the fathers, the brothers and sisters, the babies of those families that you have born in their sleeps, When they repel and when they respond to the terrorists, you must report. Yes. The fire must continue to burn. APM, please request for the mic when you're ready. The fire must continue to burn because this is the only way the enemies will understand the language of the Biafran people. You can't come massacre and butcher and destroy Biafrans in their sleeps, and then you expect to have a safe haven. It will not happen in our time. You people will understand that kidnapping our supreme leader, detaining our APM is the biggest mistake you people made, because you thought that it was all about our APM, our PM and our supreme leader. No, it is about the Biafran people. And if you even think that if you detain APM today, that Biafra will not go forward, you're making a mistake. Because that is when everybody that were half angry will become full angry. So the war of attrition that the Zoo terrorists came to fight, they are gaining the result in the minors way. And that is the reason why you are saying we are begging the Southeast, we are begging the South to come and join Nigerian army. Why do you need to come and beg us? Are you running out of men? I thought you people said you will recruit from Niger, recruit from Burkina Faso, recruit from Gabon, recruit from... Oh my God, the zoo is falling. The zoo is panicking. Like our supreme leader would say, the zoo is panicking. The zoo is panicking. You people have not seen the caricature that, wait, it's like APM is having network connections. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Many of you that have not seen I was going through TikTok today and I saw a lot of caricature that those bloggers that are on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube are doing. They really need to do more, because the zoo has been on a societal slide. And I want everybody to be happy that God gave us this media to be able to use it, and let us use it very well. Because Laya Muhammad was confessing of what he did to suppress the voices of people coming against one Nigeria when he was there. APM, are you there now?
Yes, Honorable Minister of Information.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Good afternoon from here. Good afternoon with this interesting topic that you have as well.
APM, wait, let me introduce you well so that Biafrans will know that it's our APM that is there. Biafran people and wonderful people of Biafra, we welcome here to this very day our indomitable and our ever-doing and talking Nadu Honorable APM, our Finance Minister of Brgie. APM, over to you, sir, as Biafrans await you. They were from here.
Thank you very much, Minister of Information, Honorable Sonny Aparawa. Thank you for the great work you and your team and your deputy and all the genuine medias that are fighting for the freedom and
total restoration of Biafra. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be with Biafrans today. We salute our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We remember our Prime Minister, who is currently as well fighting for us where he is. He's not there because he chooses to. It's because of the situation that we find ourselves. And he decided to fight for his people, just like those of old have done. Like we, the Christians, like Jesus Christ, and the freedom fighters of old, like Mandela, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, and others. So fighting for freedom is a beautiful thing. It gives joy because when you fight for freedom, you represent our Chukwu Okike Abiyama, Jehovah God, who dwells in heaven, because he is the author of freedom. Because when we human beings are free, we will enjoy to the fullest in this beautiful earth that some terrorists and some evil people are trying to destroy what God has in place for us. We appreciate the Biafra Republic government in Ezra, all the cabinet members, the admin and reps, and all the genuine ones that are fighting along to make sure that we get our freedom. We also appreciate our allies and countries that are still lining up to support the great people of Biafra, the people of God, because we are God-fearing people. We are not terrorists. We are not blood-sucking people. We are people that are lovable, shareable, people that love good things, people that want to live in this beautiful planet Earth that God has given us. People that want to live and let live. That means we can coexist with anyone that want to coexist with us and live in peace with us. We are not looking for people or group of people or nations that don't want to live in peace. We don't want to live with people that don't want us to live. We don't want to be among those that want to kill us. We don't want to be among those that want to Islamize us, destroy us, annihilate us, or chase us from our God-given land. We want to live with nations and countries that want us to live so we can all dwell and live in harmony and unity. My fellow Biafrans, like I said a few days ago in our town hall meeting, Biafra Republic government in exile is a government that is born out of necessity. It's not a political correctness government. It's a government that is fighting to free Biafran people. It's a government that is being wounded just like a wounded lion. It's a government that if they don't fight, our enemy will kill us all. And our enemy, they have been doing that to the extent that if they have the opportunity, they will eat us all. The Nigerian terrorists with her allies, they have colluded with the Fulani jihadists, terrorists, blood-sucking demons. They be raping our women, our children. They be destroying our farms. They have turned a lot of Biafrans, pushed them from their houses to IDP camp. That is not our portion. We will resist them. We will fight as hard as we can to liberate our land. It's our right to be free as a people. It's our God-given right to live in the beautiful land that our God has chosen, that this is where we should be. But it happens that the Nigerian terrorist state, the occupier of some territory of our land, don't want to let us go. And the Nigeria zoo terrorist country, why we call them zoo, for those that don't know, is that the Nigerian country behave like a zoo, of which people like the president of the Nigerian, the vice president, even animals are better than them. Animals reason better than they do. So it's like a zoo where you cage an animal or where you control the animal, you feed the animal when they need to be fed. You totally, have authority over all the animals. That's how it is in Nigeria, zoo country. The elite that are governing the country, the people that live in that country that don't want to be free, that don't know what freedom is all about, that find their way from the Sahel to come to the territory of the Nigerian country. They keep quiet and they collude with some part and the indigent of the Nigerian country or the Nigerian state to fight the innocent Biafrans, to destroy the property of the innocent Biafrans. They're the ones we call the zoo. Because if they know what is right, they will work hand with Biafran people. They will learn how to live in peace with Biafran people. But instead of that, they decide to kill Biafrans. They decide to try to Islamize us. They decide to try to chase us from our God-given land. Please, fellow Biafrans, we have a special message to those that have colluded with these zoo people that I'm talking about here. And this message, please, if you have colluded and if you're working with our enemy, desist from doing that, because it will not be well with you. If you have colluded and you work with this terrorist country, desist from such acts, because we will treat you as well as a zoo terrorist. We will treat you as we treat the Boko Haram that have come to kill us. We will treat you the way we treat the ISIS, the ASWAPs. Desist from such acts, because Biafra land will not contain both we and the zoo animal kingdom of Nigeria. Please, fellow Biafrans, I just want to let you know that we have enemies among us. And we have enemies that have been wishing that the Nigerian terrorist state will overrun us. We have enemies that have colluded. And whenever we identify these enemies, I think it's right time we start to let the Biafran people know. We have somebody by name Ofoma. Ofoma have now been identified as enemy of Biafra. We know him as Dr. Ofoma. He has been part of us until he turned to be a saboteur. Or maybe he was planted in our midst. In the time of our Lord Jesus Christ, we have the 12 disciples, and we also have Judas Iscariot was identified among the 12. And Judas Iscariot betrayed our Lord Jesus Christ, according to the scripture. So a former represents Judas Iscariot as well. He betrayed the Biafran people. He betrayed our struggle. And we are sending message to him to let him know that we Biafran people have identified him as a sabo in our midst. And our former is working with the breakaway group from the Biafra Republic government in Ezra. We want to send a clear message to this Dr. Former to let him know, and I'm going by his words. Our former made it clear that the Biafra Republic government in Ezra, that he will do everything he can to make sure that they are eliminated, just like the ESC. For those that know of former, please kindly send him a message to him that we Biafran people, we will not give Biafra land to our enemy. We will not retreat. We will not surrender. It's our land, and any saboteur in our land that have come to sabotage our struggle, we will deal with that person as our enemy, whether in our midst or not, or whoever it is, it don't matter, whether on the other side or in our midst. So our former disease from your act, we have your messages that you sent threatening the Biafra Liberation Army, and our former made it clear that he will make sure they are eliminated, and he prayed that they are eliminated. We just want to let our former know that him and his handlers and those that he's working for, they have failed upon arrival. We also want to remind Biafran people, the illegitimate governors that are working with the Nigerian terrorist country, they had a meeting today. In that meeting, they discussed how they will go after the Biafran Republic government in Israel and the Biafran people at large, and they also discussed how they will go after the families of the Biafran Liberation Army, how they will go after all the commanders, they will do everything possible to make sure that they bring the Biafran Liberation Army down, going after their family. So we are sending a clean message to the illegitimate governors that don't represent the interests of the Biafran people. We are sending message to these governors that represent the interests of the Nigerian terrorists. So for that reason, these illegitimate governors, they are terrorists occupying our land, and we will treat them as terrorists. And we want to let them know, him who lives in a glass house, don't throw stone on a glass house. They are planning how they will go after our commander's family. They need to remember, they have families as well. This struggle, this fight we have started, we are going to fight until our land is totally liberated. Whoever comes to kill us will go after that person. It don't matter who it is, whether it's from the kingsmen of any community, whether it's any chief from any community. If you come to kill us, we will come after you. If you walk with the enemies, we will come after you. Because we are fighting a just cause. And we also want to send message. We'll be treating the issue of, we talked about the issue of the Pharisees, the clergymen that are working with the Nigerian state as well, Nigeria country, disease from working with against us. If you don't stop, if you don't disease from working against the Biafran people will come after you. And a former, I know you will get this message. You are your group and your entire cabinet that have colluded to come after our liberation army. Remember, you and your group will not be spared. If you come after our defense, we will come after you. Whoever come after us, we will come after that person. It's self-defense. As long as we are fighting a just cause to liberate our land, to free our people, we are fighting to stop these jihadis, terrorist, blood-sucking demons that are coming to our land to rape our women, our children, to kill them, eat them, destroy their farm. The Fulani herdsmen parading themselves in the name of cattle headers, terrorists. We are fighting against them. And this terrorist group have colluded and they are working with the Nigerian country. Nigeria being a terrorist state, I don't see any reason why the world still have Nigeria in the Union of the United Nations, or they still have any dealing with a country that is so barbaric, a country that live in blood-sucking, killing innocent civilians. Any community leader, any church leader, any illegitimate governor, whoever so it is bringing terrorists to our land, we will not spare you. If we get hold of you, we will deal with you, whoever it is, accordingly. From the community, rural area, to the county, to the entire state, whoever, whether it's the illegitimate governor called Soludo, if we get hold of you, Soludo will deal with you. Whether it's Hope Ozodimma, if we get hold of Hope Ozodimma that is killing our people, we will deal with him. Whether it's Oti, whether it's Mba, whoever it is, whether it's the Ohaneze Ndibo, any leader that is bringing these terrorists to kill us, we will not allow them go free. If we get hold of them, we will deal with them. And any of our commanders, what the illegitimate governors have planned when they have their meeting today, what they're going to do, if anything from now on happen to any of their family members, him who live in a glass house, you don't throw stone on a glass house. So they have to remember, they have family members too. We are fighting to survive. If we don't fight this fight the way we are fighting now, we will all be killed and be eaten. Because the Fulani herdsmen terrorists, they have started eating Biafrans. There's a post that was going viral just a few days ago. A Fulani man eating a Biafran. I don't know when we have turned to meat and chicken for them. So we are fighting a just cause. I just want to let you know, fellow Biafrans, the world is watching us. The world is paying key interest to see what we're going to do. They expect us to rise up and fight for our right. They expect us to fight from neighborhood to neighborhood, liberate Biafra from block to block. I, as the acting Prime Minister, the fire have never quenched before. It will never quench. If we have what it takes, what we can use to burn down Nigeria today, we will do it, because Nigeria is never a country. It's never designed to save or to serve the purpose of the Biafran people. Nigeria is designed to oppress Biafrans, to kill Biafrans, to chase us from our land. So we will do everything humanly possible to save our generation, to save our likeness, to save our women, our children, so we can still live in our God-given right land. Anyone who is against our freedom should come to the round table. Let's discuss. Let's talk. Give us the reason why the Biafran people don't deserve to be free. Give us the reason why you want the Biafran people to be killed. Give us the reason why you want the Biafran people to be annihilated or chased out from their land or chased to IDB camp or convert them to a religion that they don't want to be. We are Christian and we also practice Judaism and traditionalism. Please, fellow Biafrans, it's time to rise up and fight for your right. Any enemy, whoever it is, even if that enemy is from your own household, before your enemy get to you, get to that enemy first. Our former, I tried to find his last name. I believe Biafrans know who our former is. We're going to publish his message where he was saying that he was wishing our liberation army to be killed, to be eliminated. Such person, I don't think this threat from a former Biafran people going to take it lightly. We are following and we will make sure we treat this matter in the right way. And for all the illegitimate governors with their plans, Biafran people are sending message to them that we know where all their family, where they are, where they live. If they come after us, we'll come after them. If they don't want to be part of Biafra, they should pack their load and leave Biafra land. They should relocate, go to the north, go to the zoo people, the animals that migrate from every other part of the world, and mingle with the animals in the Nigeria. They can go and enjoy the animal zoo kingdom. But we Biafrans, though, we are not part of them. We don't want to live that their lifestyle. We are not jihadis. We are not terrorists. We just want to be free. They should leave us alone. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. And it's time that we fight. Whatever they come, if they come with one dagger, we will go after them with two daggers. If they come with double sword, we'll go after them with triple sword. It's our land we are defending. We did not travel all the way to their own land to invade them or to take what don't belong to us. We are on self-defense. Thank you. And I believe the media team, they will treat this issue from here. And thank you all again for having me. And please remain resolute and remain steadfast and remain strong. The victory is ours. The world is watching. And the good news from Washington is paying key interest in this matter. They want to see how resilient we are. They want to see how ready we are. And we will prove to them that we are ready to go. Everyone, Biafra must be free, and Wuto is the key. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information, you and your Deputy, Ralph Chiamaka, and every media team in this space today. And thanks to the listeners and our allies. And we want to use the opportunity to send message to those that don't know that Biafra will be a best ally to any country that want to align with us. You will never regret it. Thank you.
Thank you, APM. Thank you, APM. Message well delivered. Minister Jare, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, our able APM. And Biafrans have been so used to this our powerful APM. He is not the church or church APM. He is APM that show working. Wherever he passed through, there is always working. Wherever he's afraid, there is always working. Wherever he does, he move around, this will happen for Biafrans. And Biafrans are grateful that we have a capable hand acting on behalf of our Prime Minister. And Biafrans, if you are pleased with what you are seeing, if you are pleased with the Woto that have kick-started, that means you know that this APM is working. It is not the noisemaker, the Achikote Kwado psychiatric patient, psychiatric doctor within the Gaya, making noise up and down with no working, trying to trap our defense and stop their action with no working. But this is APM that is doing the needful. Please, we have to rally around this APM and support him so that this liberation will yield very fantastic results. Very, very fantastic. We want to show the world that we are ready to be free. We want them to know that we are not playing. We want them to know that as Nigeria is boiling, Biafra is getting ready to build our nation. Because the uncomfortable situation in Nigeria is the foundation where we will begin to build upon. Because if Nigeria is at peace, then it means we are not doing anything. So as long as we are working, then Nigeria will be running helter-skelter. As long as we are working, Musa will be crying, looking for men. Since he has no men in Nigeria, he's crying in Biafra land, the same place where the men he sent to never returned. Not be juju be that. You send your men to Biafra land and they never return. And you are coming to Biafra land to ask for more men. Send more men from your side. The remaining, go and recruit the elderly old men for your village. You sent men to Biafra land, the men did not return. You are coming back to the same Biafra land. The people that reduced your men to nothing, to ask for more men. That is how we roll. Mazin Namdekanu told you that you will leave your place porous. You send your men to Biafra land and they will never return. And for you, it is Jere Jere Adehemba, Lawa Adehemba. You cannot go home. You cannot come back to Biafra land. You are afraid to come into Biafra land because you know you will perish in Biafra land. And you cannot go back home because you know if you go back home, Boko Haram will chop you raw. For Biafra, it is a win-win. For Nigeria, it is a lose-lose. Ngozi, everything Ngozi has done to stop the movement, the moving train that our Prime Minister set on motion, it has all hit Oluboro. It has hit Tipabuanja. We are winning and we must continue. So, dear friends, for the short time we're going to spend here, please, I want us to come up and let's do something. Please, dear friends, as we are speaking right now, we can even turn this space into a fundraising. If you want to grab the mic, grab it. If you want to tell us how to do it, please, we want to know because we need Okpoho. We need Okpoho. We need Okpoho to make things happen. Thank you very much and God bless you.
They will leave their lands and their flanks will be opened up. They will come into Biafra land. We will open the front for them and we will consume them. And by the time they return to their homeland, the Fulani terrorists which they themselves created would have consumed them all and they will be crying. That is why they have no men anymore. And it will continue to happen so. So Biafrans, it is incumbent on you to increase the woto so that more cry will be coming from Musa. It's like these people made another mistake. If they say una get sense, una no forgo as long as bribing Finland and other European council to see that our prime minister is silenced. Because when you silence one person, another demon will come out. Yes. When you silence one person, another demon will come out. And the momentum will increase. Prime Minister is in detention, right? But what is happening in Nigeria now? Everywhere is on rampage. The Fulani is on rampage. And now, Nigerian terrorist army are running out of men. The war of attrition has caught up with them. The one they sent to Biafra land, they cannot see them back, and then they are coming to beg again. Please come out and join us. Leave Biafra army. Come and join us. No, we are not Nigerians. We are Biafrans, and we can never join you. Let's take the few hands that we have. Win-win. Over to you, sir. Win-win is not ready. We go to Ifeanyi Biafra. Ifeanyi Biafra, over to you. Ifeanyi Biafra is not ready as well.
Code Artisan have his hand up.
Code Artisan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Information Minister. Good evening to you all, my fellow Biafrans. I salute you very much, our Acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. I salute you, the Information Ministers, Sonia Barawa and Raphael Ajari. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to my fellow Biafrans this evening. I want to emphasize on what you just said recently about what you just said now about the zoo wanting us Biafran youth to join them. As you have said, they are the ones who humiliated us to nothing. We had peaceful protests in Biafra land. They stripped us naked. And by the way, when they were committing all these crimes, they recorded their own crimes, as has been very, maybe it is Chukwu Abm that is, deliberately making them stupid. When they were committing their crimes, they always record their own crimes. They recorded it, took pictures of their own crimes, how they were humiliating us, putting us through the mud, killing us, pouring acid on us, doing all manner of evil to us. They did all these things, and then they still want the same Igbo youth to come and join them. They know that is not going to happen. They know they know that what they are doing is an exercise in futility. Everyone knows this. So it is not something new to us. But one thing that we are guaranteeing them is that as they have been doing, that the same Igbo youth are going to be the same Biafran youth are going to be the ones who are going to bring judgment upon all of them. They have been boxed in, most especially the youth from the North Central, the youth from this same Jos you're seeing, and a lot of personnel in the Nigerian military who are northerners are from that part of Nigeria. The youth from North Central, from Jos, from Benue, mostly Tiv and Hidoma, from Kogi, they are in the so-called North Central. That's some foolish Hidoma people are still in the Nigerian military, but most of them who are in the Nigerian military, predominantly Tiv and Wukari people, that's Taraba, they are there in the Nigerian military. These are the ones that they are sending down to the east. And I have been thinking so hard about this thing. I feel that their plan of how they want to recruit Biafran youth and send them to the north to be slaughtered is the same way that they are recruiting these idiots who have willingly joined, and they are sending them to the BLA to be wiped out. And they should be wiped out because they are using them to commit crimes. They are using them to commit crimes in Biafra land. They are using them to cover these terrorists. And once they are done with that, the BLA is going to wipe them out. So the BLA is busy wiping out terrorists who are in uniform, and they are recruiting them to commit acts of terrorism. So they recruit young men from all these places and send them down to the east. When they recruit you in the army, they don't deploy you in your village to protect against threats to national security of Nigeria. Because I don't know if the killing of people in Bokos in Jos is a threat to the national security of Nigeria or not. It should be, but clearly they have demonstrated that it is not. That is the reason why their moron, their drug lord of a president is in France when his country is burning with terrorism. So coming back to the topic, they recruit the youth from, they want to recruit youth from Biafra land and send them to the north to be slaughtered, and then they recruit youth from the north to send them to the Biafra land to be slaughtered. So the people whom I am blaming is not even the terrorist Nigerian state. I am blaming the fools from the side of the Biafrans who wants to join the Nigerian army, and I am blaming the fools from the side of those young men from North Central, from Jos, from from Jos, the Bagi men in Abuja and Nasarawa, the Igala men who are joining, the Ibra men, the Bukari men who are joining. They are the ones that I blame, because none of them can join these dots together and find out that these people are using them only to be slaughtered, that they are pigs to be slaughtered in the battlefield. So these are just the basic thing I want them to know, because some of them are listening. They do come to this page and they listen, not because they love us, but because they hate us. They want to know what is going on. And I want to educate those ones that they should stop being fools by even giving them any hope, because some of them are the reason why they are bold enough to come out to make this announcement is simply because they have some semblance of hope that if they make the announcement, if they declare that they are currently recruiting, that people will come in. The mistake they are making is that nobody should have given them any hope that they are going to find any recruits to join the Nigerian military. But they have some hope, because they know that they can always fool one or two people to join the military. The Nigerian military is not in a good shape. It is not in a good form. It is in the Nigerian military that soldiers are not given. They don't even feed them whenever they are deployed in the battlefield. They don't give them ammunition. They send you against Boko Haram, against bandits, and the bandits are more armed than you, the army. The bandits are more armed than the army. The other day we saw it yesterday or day before yesterday, we saw it on X when they were busy saying that the government is playing politics with their lives. How can any competent person be playing politics with your life? He has sent you to the battlefield without ammunition. So these are the things that we have seen. And once we have seen these things, anybody with common sense should know that you must stay away. You must stay away from anything that wears uniform for the Nigerian state. Even that customs that everybody has been talking about, stay away from it. Even from road safety, it is going to get as bad as possible that very soon they will give road safety gun and deploy them as security agents in the east, as they have done with civil defense. It is going to get that bad. So anyone with common sense should stay away from anything in the Nigerian state that wears uniform and carries a gun. Even the one that wears uniform and does not carry a gun, stay away from it, because soon enough they will bring the guns of the ones whom the BLA has done the finishing work on them and send them to Allah for judgment and the vengeance, and then give it to you, who is now in road safety, who is now in Peace Corps, who is now in whatever, to go and do patrol, and the BLA will end you, because they are supposed to. It is their mandate to bring you to an end, because you too also have joined the terrorist organization called the Nigerian state. So my fellow Biafrans, you must understand this. Understand what is going on. What is going on is a war of attrition, and Nigeria is doing in a war of attrition. There is something known as churn. Churn is who are the people who is suffering the greater casualty. It is the Nigerian state. That's why they are looking for people, because their numbers are dwindling so fast. Starting from the fact that from the very onset, people were not even joining the army. Mazi Nnamdi knew this. That's what he was telling us all those time in his broadcast, when he will tell us that the Nigerian army barracks in the east are empty. And we all know that is true. We know that those barracks are empty. Now, their situation has gotten so worse. So they want to use morons, the idiot in our midst, to fill up that gap. But it is going to end so stay away from them. Look at the soldiers and the policemen complaining. Look at their family. Once you die, nobody will take care of you. Your commander will steal the money that the chicken change that is assigned to you. Your commander will steal it. They will give them money to give to your family. The financial person in the Ministry of Defense and the local commander, they will collect that money and spend it in one day on their girlfriend. A money that was supposed to be used to take care of you and your family, they will spend it on their girlfriend in one night. So stay away from anything that serves the Nigerian state. Be you in Nigeria or in Biafra land, stay away from it. Go there and die at your own. Go there and die alone is what I'm telling you. Go there at your own peril, because it will indeed be a peril for you. You will not come back out of it alive. So this is a war. Yeah. Thank you very much. Just in conclusion, this is a war of attrition, and don't be a victim of it. Thank you very much, Information Minister.
Thank you. Do we have a Win-Win? Are you there? Win-Win, are you there? Toti, are you there? Ifeanyi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Toti, go
Yeah,
ahead.
my information minister.
3 minutes, please. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Be rounding up, please. Thank you.
All right. Oh, yeah, all right, sir. Thank you very much, my information minister and the deputy, for giving us this platform to, spread the gospel of Mutuku Kikabiama. And I also want to thank our APM for his excellent leadership in piloting the affairs of the Biafran people, which is the liberation and the restoration of the Biafran people under the Biafran Republic government in exile. I want to thank you, sir, for all you do for the Biafran people. And now to the Biafran people, the time we all have been waiting for is now right before us. And the only thing we can be able to do at this point in time is to make sure that we rally around on our Biafran Republic government in exile, and then find a way to make sure that we support the Biafran Republic government in exile in any capacity we know we can be able to support the government. Most especially, we know that the government needs funding because the enemies are already in our land. And as we all know, there have been a secret ongoing war that has been happening in all various parts of the Biafra land, especially in Okigwe for the past 2 or 3 weeks now. And war costs money. War is not cheap. And if we know that we need our freedom, now is the time for every one of us to come out, and especially for those that have been sitting on the fence, now is the time for you to come out, because we all heard what our APM said, that the enemies have gathered and they have had meetings and are planning on how to, eliminate every one of us that have been fighting for our freedom. And we are not going to fold our hands and watch them come and kill us or fight every one of us or fight our family members. We all need to stand up and start doing the right thing. The government needs funding to make sure that our Biafran defense forces are equipped to the teeth to make sure that we get the desired result we all have been clamoring for all this while. Because some of us have been asking, what has the government been doing? Now you have heard, you have seen what the government has been doing. They have been making sure that our land is well defended and protected, and at the end of the day, our land will be liberated. So now is the time for every one of us to come out from our shells and make sure that this Biafra Republic government in exile, which is the only government that the Biafran people have as it stands now, because these illegitimate governors that are colluding with the Nigerian terrorist country to invite the occupational forces of the Nigerian terrorist government into our land to continue to bomb our homes, to kill our women and our children. We all have seen. They have had meetings and have plans on how to come after us. Now, what we have now is the Biafran Republic government in exile. And we must do everything humanly possible and otherwise to make sure that this government stands and and fulfill what this government was established for in the first place, which is the total liberation of the Biafra land and also the recognition of Biafra. So at the end of the day, we all can be able to go back home in one accord and enjoy our God-given rights, our God-given land, our God-given resources, and most of all, the peace that God has placed in us. And I also want to thank our APM and all cabinet members who have been working very hard to make sure that the Biafran dream did not die down, that the light keeps shining cascade burning to the brim. Thank you, sir, for all you do at this point in time. I eat my mind. Thank you very much for information, Mr. the Deputy. I eat.
Thank you. Win-Win, are you there? Win-Win is not there. Ifeanyi Biafra, are you there? You're not there. Engineer Bro Vam, are you there? You're there, go ahead. There we go. 3 minutes, please.
Thank you for this opportunity, Information Minister. Thank you for giving me the privilege to speak. Ndewo, Deputy Prime Minister. Ndewo, APM. Ndewo, Mr. Snow. During the convention, there were things that some of our delegates said that, as it is now that we've declared, the enemy will mark us for extinction. And like we did earlier, we conducted our referendum, which is one of the ways to send a message to the international communities that we do not want anything that has to do with Nigeria. So as it is now that the Nigerian military had to send delegates down to our land to try and convince people to join, this is also a sign that we are winning. This is also a message to the international communities, another message actually to the international communities, that we do not want anything that has to do with the occupational forces in our land. And remember, if we declare and they have marked us for extinction, anything whatsoever that they do should not entice us. We should have at the back of our mind that anything that they are trying to do, no matter what is written on their face, no matter what they say to entice us, they are actually trying to wipe us out. They are actually trying to wipe us out. And this process now can come in any way. They might want to offer you incentives just to bring you out. They might want to offer you job opportunities just to bring you out. Turn it down. You don't need it. You do not need anything from them. Turn it down and focus on the prize. Focus on the prize. Do not find yourself going against the structure. Do not find yourself going against the advice from the genuine leaders. Do not find yourself opening your beautiful mouth to accuse the defense forces. Don't. You don't need it. Rather, anything you find your hands to do it well and bring returns so that you can support the defense. Anything you find of course, the Spirit of God will drop informations. The Spirit of God will drop ideas, good ideas. The Spirit of God will enlighten your understanding so that you can be able to get things that will help you support the structure that we have on ground. And you know, this man has been at this thing for long, and the Spirit of God has been safeguarding them. All they need is support from you. Don't let them down. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, well, Bro Vam. The last person is Rejan Fury. Rejan Fury, 3 minutes as we wrap it up.
Udewo Wanchineke, can I be heard? Can I be heard?
Yes, you're loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. Greetings to you, great Biafrans all over the world, and as many of us that are here present. Special greetings and respect to my Honorable Acting Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu Kere. Special greetings to my Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, and to our beloved leader, Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to all our leaders of old, Tim Odimegwu Ojukwu, to Philip Ifyong of blessed memory. May their memories be a blessing to us, and to our father, Raf Wazirike, for the role that he also played. So all our dead heroes, our children that were massacred, over 3 million, and the heroes that are still falling today, may your memories be a blessing to us. May your spirit fight gallantly along as we fight until our nation is fully liberated. Thank you very much. Honestly speaking, war of attrition. This is what Nigeria is facing as of now. So we are in, you understand, because we have been enslaved by these people, we have been killed by these people, and for them to hold this meeting, the corrupt stooges in the name of governors and political stooges to hold this meeting to go against the families of our commanders, let them bring it on. If it's family against family, then their family will have to contend against the family of over 80 million Biafrans in the entire old South and Southeast. How many governors, how many senators, how many representatives are from there? You understand? So if this is the way they will, the truth is that you that is coming against me, what runs through your vein is not iron. What runs through your vein is blood. If it is blood that runs through your vein, then bring it on. You understand? But let the world have it on record that we did not go to anybody's land to claim their land or to fight for what is not ours. We are in our land defending ourselves. They brought the war, or they brought the war upon us. I'm talking about weapons or equipment that they give to Nigeria or whatever. The truth is that if they give you the most sophisticated equipment of war, and your intention is to commit terrorism against innocent civilian Christians, against innocent civilian, even Muslim, you understand? And you are giving sophisticated weapons. At the end of the day, you will still die in spite of your sophisticated weapon. You understand? Because your intention is not to use those weapons to protect civilians. It's not to protect the innocent Christians, the vulnerable people. You understand? So no matter what you are giving, you will still perish with those weapons that are given to you. So Israel is winning today, not because they have the most sophisticated weapon, but because they are fighting a just cause. They want to be eliminated. They want to be erased, and they have to defend themselves. So you can see the way they are neutralizing, annihilating the terrorists. You get? And so our people that are the few foolish ones that will still go and join military, if your purpose or your intention of joining the military is not to defend your people, it's not to defend your land, but to connive, to join with the enemies, to defend the identity that the foreigner has given to you, to come and enslave us, to come and kill all our peoples and enslave us and give all our resources to the foreigner. My brother, be you an Isoko person, the land will destroy you. Be you an Urobo person, Godomi Godika, Igbo, Ikwere, Ibibio, no matter where you come from in that land where our mama they tie two-piece wrapper, if that is your intention, the land is going to destroy you, the land will swallow you. You understand? Everything you do will work against you. So the truth is that, my fellow Biafrans, let us be up and doing. Fund is very important at this very moment because in war, there's a lot of money that is needed. This is why you see the Ukrainian president, Zelensky, moving from place to place. It's money that he's looking for. You understand? You need money to fight war. So we just even have to thank God for what our Biafra defense forces are doing with the little resources that are at their disposal. They are still doing wonder. They are still defending our women, defending our babies. I just thank God. Because if not for the Biafra defense forces, if not for Biafra Liberation Army, poor man for suffer in the hands of all these political stooges, governors. Helpless man for suffer in the hands of all these evil monsters. Called governors, senators, representative chairman, local government chairman, political idiots. Poor man for suffer well in their hands. You understand? So thank you very much, my people. Let me yield the mic here.
Yeah, thank you. Very good evening to all Biafrans, morning and afternoon and evening and night, depending on where you're listening from. We will be live again when sun rise. And we salute all Biafrans. Let's do more and increase our momentum so that the enemies that have come to our lands will go back in shame. It is called the war of attrition. It is a form of military strategy in which one side attempts to gradually wear down its opponent to the point of collapse by inflicting continuous losses in personnel, material, and morale. So, we are reducing the numbers of these terrorists in their personnel, their material, and morale. So, the more we reduce them, they want to make a show of strength. They want to make a show of force. We'll continue to reduce them till they will start crying and they will come looking for more men because their men, their materials, their morals are going down. You can see many of their men that they send to come and kill Biafrans. They go back in body bags. You hear them crying that the zoo army are not taking care of them, are not doing them well. The armament they give them to go to fight with is less sophisticated compared to what even the Fulani terrorists has. Waiting we even know self. Now for the red zone 9 we will talk on. We salute all Biafrans. Let's do more so that we can get more results. So that while the zoo terrorist is on fire, we will help them to tear it into pieces. Yes, Biafra has been declared and we are in the liberation mode. Airborne to all Biafrans as we do more to get more. Thank you so much to everyone and see you all in no distance time. There will from here.